Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats, Johnny Vegas, Sarah Millican, Example, Rachel Riley, Dr. Kristen Jessen, Tim Minchin, Jennifer Metcalf, Josh Whitacomb, Mark Watson, Nick Grimshaw, and their team captain, John Richardson. And facing them tonight, Louise Spence, Louise Redknapp, Russell Kane, Joey Essex, Lorraine Kelly, Vernon Kay, Joe Wilkinson, Joe Lysick, Ollie Locke, and their team captain, John Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 31% of men say they have a bucket list of things to do before they die. Number 1, find out where that smoke's coming from. 12% of British people have a friend with benefits. I've got a friend with benefits. She's on benefits. 4 out of 10 workplace relationships result in marriage, and 6 in 10 result in a written warning about the incident in the stationery cupboard. And almost a third of men aged between 20 and 34 live at home with their parents, the most common reasons being cost, convenience, and if you're from Norfolk, sex on tap. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panellist's job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean, Louise, Russell, what are the nation we talking about this week?
St Paul's.
Yeah.
St Paul's protest.
Yeah.
Have you been down there, Russell?
No.
Haven't you?
I'm not posh enough. It's just a load of
It's
like middle-class
weird.
people going, let's have a Euro 5 degrees and pelts and paws. Here's a quail's egg. Here's a tomato that's sunblashed, you mofos. Take that at the banks.
They're not really camping there, are they? They're going home overnight.
Let's go back on our gap year. Brown person, photo, back to the UK, hooray!
It does feel a little bit like that some middle-class people saw Dale Farm and thought, that looks fun.
That looks so random.
I went down there to have a look. I went down there to sort of do a review for Campsite magazine. I gave it 3 stars because I said the drainage is amazing. Because obviously Christopher Wren knew a thing or two about. He built it on a hill. Very good drainage there as a campsite and very good entertainment facilities. You got your pubs, your sightseeing, and of course there's a chapel on site. Not much for the kiddies. Not very much dangerous for kiddies. And the toilet block is frankly a disgrace.
That's like the camp in New York's got like a library and media. It sounds better than my school. They've got a juice bar. We had dog shit on the running track.
But it's a bit weird, the one in New York, because you don't actually get to see that much footage of it. You know what I mean? It's a big protest, but it's not been covered that much in the news. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it's a bit
they
weird.
have deliberately played it down.
Yeah.
Well, so for something that's happening right the way around the world, but then it is, you know, it's anti-corporate and a lot of TV stations are owned by corporations.
Oh, my
but the
God,
thing-
Jimmy. Why isn't that on the news? That's like serious shit, man.
Have another go on this.
Corporations are controlling what we... Oh, my God.
The thing is, it kicks off in Tiananmen Square. Yeah, news crew, straight there. New York, Wall Street, don't hear a thing.
Yeah, those Chinese have got it right. They're open and free, aren't they? Why isn't it more like China? China, they don't have this problem with capitalism, do they?
But they're supposed to be anti-capitalism and big corporations, and they've been seen buying Coke. Not proper Coke, Coca-Cola.
Not proper showbiz Coke. Not the kind of Coke we do on Countdown. Can I have a line, please? John, what do you think the nation should be talking about this week?
The Eurozone bailout?
The Eurozone bailout has been in the news a lot.
Yeah, I've been trying to sort of simplify it in my head, and the way I've worked it out is the cold countries are bailing out the hot countries. That's basically it.
That's exactly it. Why has no one made that point before?
It's Greece's fault. It's their fault they're in the situation. They borrowed too much money. And what do they produce? They produce flip-flops and ouzo. Who drinks something that sounds like a plasterer's nickname? Oi, Uzo! And also, they smash all the plates at the end of the meal. No wonder they're bankrupt. What they need, what the bloody Greeks, they need some fairy liquid and do some washing up. Yes. Well, the thing that seems to be dominating the news is the bloody Greeks. Yeah. Bloody Greeks, isn't it? It's the Greeks.
All right, Michael Caine.
Well, they're in trouble because I worked it out this week. You know when you work all year to get money and then you go on holiday for 2 weeks? But that's where they live.
Yeah. They're basically always on holiday.
They live on holiday.
Yeah.
So, like, they have...
That is a very, very good point.
They get through the year. They get through the year and they go, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for 2 weeks in Swindon. I'll go work in the Motorola factory for I'm going to do all the big things. I'm going to check in, I'm going to check out, I'm going to eat in the canteen. I tell you what, you come back more tired than when you went away. I'm not going to joke.
I can't decide whether it's racist or not, but I like it.
I think it's that footballer, Tevez. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the footballer Tevez?
I really don't know anything about football, but I think he's
You don't
really
need to say that twice.
He's really expensive, and he refused to go on in some big match. And there was some sort of row, and you saw him being like, well, I'm not going on.
If you look at Tevez, though, he's a very unfortunate-looking chap, isn't he? He does. He looks like Shrek's ugly mate, doesn't he?
I refute that. Let's have a look. He's a great-looking guy. In fairness to him, that was a very sunny day. His flash is too strong. I like it.
He's attention seeking, isn't he? Let's face it, if you're gonna go to a football match and sit on the subs bench, you're probably gonna go on, let's face it, you've got to do that. And then he just says no. He's obviously an attention seeker.
You think he's an attention seeker?
Yeah.
He's obviously an attention seeker. It's the most attention-seeking sort of thing I've ever bloody seen. Jennifer, do you know any footballers?
No, I don't really watch it.
You don't really watch it?
I knew one once.
I read
You knew one once? Who did you know once?
Oh, don't talk about him.
Hollyoaks was like... I always thought Hollyoaks was like a shopping channel for footballers.
What's the other most important moment in life?
People do babies, don't they?
You made it sound like litter.
I think the only reason I want to have kids is so I can look at other people's without being accused of being a paedophile. Like when you walk past a... I don't mean in that word.
No, dig yourself out of this. I'd love to see this. He's got a shovel. He's on your marks, John, and dig your way out of that one.
Sometimes you're walking past a playground.
Sure. He's going deeper before he even starts the dig.
Sometimes you're walking past a playground and you just want to be able to watch the abandon of children. It's like watching nature. It's like when you watch the leaves change in autumn. Sometimes you want to watch a kid on a swing and think, oh, I used to be on swings before I had jobs and before people judged me and before I wasn't allowed to be in a park. And then before you know it, you've been there half an hour and someone says, oh, which one's yours? You go, I'll go then. Fine. I'm not... It's a nice... And sometimes a baby will look at you.
What you should say is, I haven't chosen yet.
XFactor?
You've been talking about XFactor. What's been going on in XFactor? Tell me everything.
There's been the bullying with Misha and whoever else she was doing it with.
It's Misha B, isn't it?
Yeah, Misha B, you get me. I love Misha B, though.
You love Misha B?
Yeah, I don't think it was bullying. I think it was just showbiz banter. She was meant to be bullying Sammy.
Sammy,
but Sammy said she wasn't. Sammy said, look, I'm 6'2", 20 stone.
Who said this?
Sammy.
Could you say that again, please?
Yeah, Sammy.
Sorry, who was it?
Look, if you want me to spit at you, I said Sammy. I said Sammy, Sammy, Sammy.
Ironic that we're talking about bullying as I do this. Say Sammy. I like it.
So, all that...
I should just say, because I was teasing you a little bit there, if you're being bullied because you've got a speech impediment, there are people you can talk to. But it will take fucking ages, and they may be bullied.
Oh, they're all rubbish. They're so... The Misha girls, all right. Sammy now. I'm still sing for the... I bet you are. Do-do-do-do-do.
Simon Cowell being on it. He was horrible, and I liked that. Because he knew that crushing people's dreams made good telly. Yeah. And I think he should have his own show called Crushing People's Dreams. People bad news, like... Unfortunately, your shed broken into. You know, stuff like that.
That's not actually a dream, is it?
That gives you a terrifying glimpse into Joe's life there. He's gone, my dream of my shed not being broken into.
Yeah, Joe's dream is to have an unbroken into shed.
Four times.
Really?
Breaks your heart. I have to keep me spade in the hallway.
I imagine that for a man with your facial appearance, having a spade in the hallway doesn't frighten guests at all.
I thought it was completely laughable. They had Alexandra Burke as a guest judge on there. That's like having Stevie Wonder judging Miss World, isn't it? It's like...
But that's what happens with show business, isn't it? I mean, before someone goes out, you say to them, you know, do I look nice if you're in... You can I'll get the... God, just got on your paper now, I've got a stutter as well.
Now Sean's got to get tested. Your turn to go first. What do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
The Italian Prime Minister, Silvio Berlusconi.
Michael Jackson.
What, sorry?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, let's stick on one thing, shall we, for a minute? Sean had a guess there, and he was probably right, wasn't he? So let's...
We can talk about Michael Jackson if you want. I'm happy to do it if you want Michael Jackson to be our answer.
Well, what do you think the nation have been talking about Joey Essex?
Michael Jackson.
What have you been saying about Michael Jackson this week?
I don't know whether it's true about him, like, you know about the whole thing where did the doctor mean to kill him?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know.
Well, he's been...
Well, it's been fascinating talking to you, Joe.
Is it the trial of Michael Jackson's doctor?
The family suspect foul play, and it just, you know...
Well, there was a delay, wasn't there, in resuscitation, giving him the kiss of life, because it took them ages to find an 8-year-old paramedic.
I love it. I suppose that's it, because you have to hold the nose while you breathe into the mouth, don't you? So that, obviously you don't want... Right, OK, well... Easy.
Well, I was thinking, before he died, his whole life must have flashed before his eyes. And his last thoughts must be, who's that little black kid singing my song? Isn't the question of guilt about whether he wasn't really paying attention to Michael Jackson? And he'd given him the propofol, and then he went downstairs to another room, and he had a baby listener. That's what I found out. That's the really spooky thing about it. And he must have been sitting there, like, watching Downton Abbey or whatever, and he could just hear Michael Jackson going,
Can I have some milk? Can I have some more milk?
And he'd be going, Michael, go to bed! If I have to come up there, you won't be going on that holiday to the O2.
Some more milk.
I've got a rumour that he's actually still alive.
Yeah, Joey. He's still...
That's what I've heard.
Is he still alive?
He's on some random, like, desert island somewhere, just...
Well,
yeah.
He's on a random
That's
desert...
not a rumour. That's a load of bollocks.
Fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get.
Justin Bieber's meant to have fathered the child.
Yeah, but it's extraordinary because Justin Bieber's only...
He's only 4.
He's only 17.
Yeah. He's the first... It's why it's in the papers. He's the first 4-year-old even to be alleged to have a baby. Yeah.
No, he's 17 years of age, but apparently he's had a... Why have we stopped it?
Is that one of his songs?
Is that one of his songs?
I genuinely didn't know anything he'd done. I didn't know you could get... Because they keep describing it as a romp.
Yeah.
Which makes me a bit jealous, because I don't think I've ever romped. I think I frolicked once, but I'm not sure. But as apparently it was a 30-second romp, and you certainly can't have... That's like having a 12-course snack.
Yeah. 15 seconds of that was probably untucking his vest from his Spider-Man pants.
I mean, this is the... I mean, Justin Bieber strenuously denies the allegations, but...
How do you strenuously go, no!
I didn't.
He probably doesn't even know he did it. With that hair, you know his hair, it's like a sheepdog, isn't it? He probably thought he went for a really comfy piss.
Next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Louise, Russell, pick a question.
The man with his thumbs up.
This is your related question. Most people think children today are given too much praise. True or false?
My dad, he was quite interesting. He would give you some encouragement if, you know, on certain things. Like, he used to play that game. You know that game, Spine in a Sack? We used to play that. Do you ever play that?
Spine.
Spine. You ever play that when you were a kid? Spine in a Sack.
Spine in a sack.
Spine in a Sack.
It sounds more like
What he'd do is he'd go out and get some roadkill. Well, he'd get a roadkill, and he'd whip the spine out, get the old spine out, then he'd break up all the vertebrae, put it in a sack, then he'd bounce it on our heads, right? And we'd have to guess what animal it was.
Oh! Spine in a sack.
Spine in a sack.
Spine in a sack.
I mean, you probably called it something different, back in a bag or something. Whatever, it's the same game. I'd go, oh, is it chipmunk, Dad? And you go, don't be stupid, that's not even indigenous. How am I going to find that on a road? Harder, Sean, work harder!
Are you guys winding up? Is there really a
Sean, you never really talk about your softer side and being in love, and I think I speak on behalf of everyone. I'd like to see a bit of the real you.
Yes.
When did you fall in love, Sean?
Well, I always find that the confusing thing about falling in love is the symptoms of falling in love are sort of lightheadedness, giddiness, are very similar to the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. I'm not sure whether I'm in love or the flu's blocked. You know?
John, have you ever been in love?
The first 2 people I fell in love with...
2?
Hedge your bets. Different occasions, both ended with their partners telling me to stop phoning their home. The first one was a clown, who I fell in love with when I was about 8. He opened a shopping centre near me, and I was transfixed. This guy could juggle, he could do magic, he had poems.
How old was the clown and how old were you?
Clown must have been in his late 20s, early 30s. I'm maybe 9 or 10. I asked for a picture. He's given me his card. It's only got his phone number on it. He obviously wants me to call. I left a few messages. And one day when I phoned up, his wife picked up that bitch.
This sounds like an implausible story that the clown told the police. Like, no, he was calling me. Most men are too embarrassed to undergo beauty treatments. True or false?
Well, you've undergone a few, or is that a natural tan?
This is natural.
Oh, that's a natural tan, is it?
I've had sunbeds, but I've quit sunbeds now. I don't have sunbeds no more, so...
You've quit sunbeds?
Quit.
My God, so you've made some sacrifices, haven't you? No. When did you quit sunbeds?
Like last week.
Jennifer, you're a lady. Now, do you think men are too pampered these days? Do we do too much?
Yeah, I do. I like men, like, hairy, smelly.
Johnny Vegas! So, what's your daily regime, beauty-wise? What do you do, beauty-wise?
Obviously, you know, I wake up, look at myself, and I think, Reem. But then I get... Then what? Then I... Now I get in a shower, do my hair afterwards. Bang, bang. What are you saying?
Bang, bang. And who's over there?
That was meant to be the mirror.
Oh, I thought that was your carer. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Top way to boost your self-confidence. Go on.
I had a joint birthday party with someone with less friends than me. I've never felt so high in my life.
John, how did you feel about that? Best way to patronise someone?
Is it to ask them if they know what patronise means?
What do you think? Because people often think doctors are a little bit patronising.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. He nailed that. Top reason people are jealous of their friends?
I've got a mate who works at a Marmite factory.
Yeah.
He's always the talk of the town, so...
Yeah. Some people love him, some people...
No, we all love him.
Most useful thing your parents teach you?
Cooking, cleaning, sewing. That's what I learned from my dad. My mum taught me how to make jokes based on stereotypical perceptions of gender.
That is good, though, isn't it? Go on, most annoying habit.
It's the thing you do. I can't stand it. That thing you do like a little skip, you go, and then you go...
If you walk from there to there, you've got to then turn round.
Look, you just do that.
Well, how would you do it? How would you do it? Fine, let's see.
Walk on.
Not easy, Sean. Yeah, OK, all right. Sean Lock, everyone. Sean Lock.
You don't do this.
What is your problem? Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Watching. You know what would be great is if you liked and subscribed. I'm so needy, I'm so sorry. And why not come and see me live? And the tickets are available at sarahmillican.co.uk. Put the kettle on and settle in.